The House Select Committee investigating January 6th convening publicly one last time.
He lost the 2020 election and knew it. In the end, he summoned a mob to Washington, and knowingly they were armed and angry, pointed them to the Capitol and told them to fight like hell.
And laying out its case that former President Donald Trump was ultimately responsible for the attack on the U.S. Capitol.
No man who would behave that way at that moment in time can ever serve in any position of authority in our nation again. He is unfit for any office.
The committee referring multiple crimes to the Justice Department that they say the former president committed while trying to stay in the White House.
We believe that the evidence described by my colleagues today and assembled throughout our hearings warrants a criminal referral of former President Donald J. Trump,
including assisting or aiding an insurrection, conspiracy to defraud the United States, obstruction of an official proceeding, and conspiracy to make false statements. It believes there is sufficient evidence for two others: conspiracy to injure or impede an officer and seditious conspiracy. The panel also referring attorney and Trump ally John Eastman to DOJ, but saying DOJ will have to determine who else should face prosecution.
Our understanding of the role of many individuals may be incomplete even today because they refuse to answer our questions. We trust that the Department of Justice will be able to form a far more complete picture.
Republican lawmakers who snubbed committee subpoenas referred to the House Ethics Committee. After 17 months of investigating and roughly 1,000 witness interviews, the committee determined that Trump knew the fraud allegations he was pushing were false, but continued to amplify them anyway.
The committee has evidence that ex-President Trump planned to declare victory and unlawfully to call for the vote counting to stop, and that he told numerous allies about his intent in the weeks before the election.
Hope, say a couple of them.
Even as some of Trump's closest allies, like Hope Hicks, worried the bogus fraud claims were damaging his legacy, Trump persisted.
He said something along the lines of, nobody will care about my legacy if I lose. So that won't matter. The only thing that matters is winning.
Trump worked on a scheme to transmit false electoral college ballots and replace Department of Justice leadership with one that would do his bidding, even pressuring his own vice president.
President Trump spearheaded an unprecedented campaign to coerce him to do it anyway, ultimately culminating in a dangerous threat to Mr. Pence's life on January 6th.
The committee also highlighting Trump's $250 million fundraising haul between the election and January 6th, raised primarily off claims of election fraud that did not exist, questioning